You have people say, can we stop talking about race? At the same time, we can't ever stop talking about race. And there's some people who, I mean, there was this movement who were like, I'm colorblind, I don't see race. And I'm like, no, dude, you can't do that. You can't do that because, I mean, even though race is a construct, you can't, like for instance, like someone spills blood somewhere and you take it back to the lab, there's absolutely no way you can actually truthfully determine what race the person is from their blood. So genetic-wise, genetic-wise, race is a construct. So race itself is like, the way we are taught about race in Malaysia is very limiting, and it's in a way it's not very correct. Like for instance, it's more like ethnic groups, and sometimes with ethnic groups, it's about how you identify yourself or them. And the problem I have also in Malaysia is there is no space for people who are of mixed ethnicity. There is this insistence that you must follow your father's race. And it's like, what if I think my dad's race isn't cool and I want to go by my mother's race?
And then even that becomes patriarchal.
It becomes. So it's ridiculous. Or then maybe you were raised by your mother's people and you just identify yourself more. Or maybe more, and maybe because like friends of mine, if they're half a certain race, but they look more like a certain type, so they just find it easier to say they just want to be able to choose, but you can't choose in Malaysia. That's a ridiculous thing.
So bad. If you inherit the culture of A and you're raised as such and you identify as such, but you look like B.
Yes, then you're
messed up.
So it's messed up. I mean, like in Sabah, we have a slightly different approach to that. Okay, I'm probably going to offend so many Chinese people, but but basically, what happened with Sabah is really weird. I think we have the most intercultural marriages. I don't know why. My joke is this: is like. In West Malaysia, the Chinese immigrants moved to Malaysia. Oh man, there aren't enough women here. Let's bring in more, right?
Okay.
And then the most Chinese immigrants to Sabah were Hakka, right? They were and they're known for being very much diaspora. People like go everywhere and whatnot. So my thinking is like probably the Hakka dude there aren't enough. It's like when they hear the other dudes say there aren't enough women, it's like, what do you mean not enough? What are those walking on two legs? so basically, there were so many Hakka men married Sabah Bumiputra women that if you didn't consider their offspring Bumiputra, they would not have the status. And Bumiputra status is such a big thing in Malaysia. So what happens is like we have this status called Sijil Anak Rakyat, meaning soil sons of the soil. Okay. So basically, even though your dad's Chinese, but if your mother is Bumiputra, all you have to do is, but I think because there was some problems with like falsification of ID or not, so the kids would still be Bumiputra. So you have Tan Ai Ning, Bumiputra, and it always makes West Malaysians' brains just go.
That does not compute.
That does not compute.
Okay.
Because that's just how. Because that is just how it works in East Malaysia. I mean, Sabah specifically, and because there's so many Chinese people, so many people who are half Chinese who identify themselves as half Chinese, and they want to integrate that, so they call themselves Sinos. So basically, they don't call themselves Kadazans or Chinese. They say, I'm Sino, meaning they're telling you I'm half this or half that. So basically, that's something I don't see anywhere else, right? You are basically two cultures, and you embrace them both, and being of that particular mix gives you your own sort of identity.
Okay. These are issues that are born and raised in Malaysia.
So it's just like that.
Okay, well, thank you for your time. Catch Erna Mahyuni on her column on Malay Mail. Thank you for being on the show.